running just a little late. Had to get off the phone here.
Good morning.
Brandy going to join us this morning, Mayor?
He will not be at this meeting.
Okay. I didn't want to wait on him if we needed to, so.
Thank you.
Commissioner, how are you this morning?
Everybody's muted.
Hey, can you hear me there?
There you go.
We doing well this morning. We've got a visitor sitting in here. I don't know if anybody had recognized him, Mr. Roy Dobbs. So he's going to sit and listen in. So y'all be careful, as Denise Ray would say. Y'all be careful what you say. But yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Well, we'll start out with you if you want to kind of give us an update on your end, and maybe I'm going to talk a little bit about our closing, keeping the county offices closed. We talked about yesterday a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, I conversation with y'all yesterday. April 30th was supposed to be tentative the deadline. We were going to drop that and open up all the offices. We have decided to run it to May the 13th and correspond that date with also what the judges were working with at that time. As most of some of us here know that the judges' court dates have now been extended for closure, and Judge Weaver will be getting back with us on when those dates are going to be for the extension of closures of the court system. My main thought is I brought some of y'all's attention yesterday, and I've been trying to find out, and I can't get it defined. We know that one department, state agency, is going to be closed probably till the 1st of September. The issue I'm trying to deal with is the fact that if we open up the county, for instance, as just like for conversation, if we open up the county, how do we do that and take it from that procedure on? If the state's going to there's some of their offices closed through September, what's our next step? And that needs to be discussion for the future before we run past May 13th issues. So just giving everybody a heads up on that. And then also, most of us sitting on these committee heard about what the Department of Public Health is doing for the test sites. Mountain Zion, starting at Mountain Zion Church next Wednesday from 9 to 11. Of course, that's going to hit the websites and all at the county, and I'm assuming the Sheriff's Department and all that will be putting on there for testing on that. One thing that they didn't say, and I don't know, Donnie, you were on there this morning. Did they say anything? Can we get tested without having to be symptomatic, or are we going to still have to be symptomatic to get tested?
Yeah, I think the protocol is going to be the same. I think they're still looking for the same type symptoms in order to be tested.
Only open area I know of that you can be tested without being symptomatic is still Kennesaw State College. You can drive down there and get tested without having to be symptomatic. But so they're going to still keep this one up here symptomatic. So, all right. But that's actually all I've got right now. Just food for thought, guys.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Mr. Mayor?
Good morning, everyone. One of the things overnight that did happen is that there was some discussion by the governor about ending his stay in place. That order still ends actually at midnight on the 30th, I believe. But there is some discussion about him that he may not end it then. It may extend that shelter-in-place order. So we all need to continue to listen carefully to what's coming down from the state level. I feel really good about us extending out until the 13th under his emergency orders, and we will follow along with the county on that so that we present a unified face for our community. So other than that, we're still continuing to run operations. If you go by the Entegra parking lot that we purchased, I think you'll see a new coat of pavement on that, so we are assuming that we will need parking spaces in the future. And that's about what I have for this morning. Sheriff, thank you.
Let me just touch base on one thing. I know you talk about the possibility of the shelter in place being lifted. It doesn't say anything about the social distancing being lifted. We still have to take precautions as far as social distancing. There's still no large public gatherings being allowed or anything like that. Is that correct? Is that the way you understand it?
That's the way that we understand it. Rob, how about you?
There you go. Yeah, that is correct. None of the restrictions have been lifted at this time. So we're still having to abide by that. And to your point, the dates seem to be waffling from the 13th to the 30th, and we might have to go, with the governor. But there again, that date could change, as we all know.
Okay, thank y'all. Chief Roper, good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Things are holding steady with the city fire. I really don't have anything to add this morning.
But that's, I guess that's good news.
It is.
Go well with your parade over the weekend, I guess, with you guys participated in.
Yep, that went well. Everything was smooth, went great, well received.
Okay. And Chief Lovell?
I'm here. Good morning, everybody. We're going good here, good on supplies. Got additional, I think Jackie done got us some N95 masks. Call volumes starting to pick up, but still low for this time of year. I reached out to Mitch and the sheriff yesterday. We got Thursday between 5 and 6, the Revolution Church is handing out those foods again, and city councilman requested one officer, and last week, the last time they did it, needed about 5 officers, so we're gonna have 2 of them out there, maybe 3, and the sheriff said he'd send 2 of his deputies too, but there's a lot of people that show up for that. They estimate about 350 cars, so we got that going on. Other than that, we're doing good.
Well, good deal. Your call volume still maintained about the same?
Yes.
Good deal. And we'll go down to Kristy Easterwood over at 911.
All is well.
Good.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. All is well at 911. Nothing going on. Everything's going good.
I know I think the last we spoke, you had an employee that was being checked. Is everything okay with them?
I've still got one that's waiting on results to come back. She was tested last Thursday and still hasn't heard anything.
Okay. All right. And supplies, everything's good there?
We think it was just sinus.
Okay. Your supplies holding out okay with everything there at 911?
Yeah, it's doing pretty good right now. I'm back in the office, so.
All righty. Well, thank you. Here at the sheriff's office, everything is moving along fairly well. Of course, our jail still maintaining no issues in the jail. We, as well as the county, are maintaining our things being closed at the jail through the 13th, along with the courthouse. We've got a COVID-19 advisory council that we put together, and very, very proud to be working with a lot of the citizens with the community on our council. Put together a community website, if you will, of trying to pull together a lot of our resources. I'm going to ask Chris just kind of touch base on that website, kind of where we're at, some of the things going on with the website.
So it launched on Friday. It's just an information site with a lot of tabs, links, and places, a one-stop shop to access some of the state sites and local resources. And launched on Friday, and over the course of the weekend, I think there were 2,500 visitors to the page that jumped on there. I've been receiving information from the chamber, from multiple different groups, and they're sending stuff to add to it. So I've been updating that as we've been going. So the site has been received and shared throughout social media. It's just kind of been grassroots and a lot of people from the council that put it out there. In reaching, trying to expand some with that advisory group, we've learned in Governor County they had an outbreak in the Hispanic population. And we realized that there's nothing that we have resource-wise that's in Spanish. So prior to just a little while ago, I spoke with Zenlock and with a couple others that are going to kind of step in to help translate some of the information that's going out through there to get out to that population group, and then they're connected on some of those social media sites so that they can kind of access where non-English speaking families are, so that we can kind of find a way to get it diverse to where we don't have the similar outbreak here in Pickens that has happened in other places. So trying to get that put together today to get that added on there, and we see where we are with that. Any questions about that website or any resources that y'all can think of that we need to get up and going on that right off the fan? Or if you think of anything in the future, if you'll let us know, we can get that up. Just real quick on the couple other things. We mentioned the jail. We're still trying to keep things as tight as we can with the sanitation, and I know we've had some issues come up as far as folks coming in. Chief, I just want to tell you I appreciate you continue working with us and your guys, trying to stay on top of things there. I know it can be a little taxing at times. We are going to try to get some thermometers for some of our guys out on the road so we can kind of check. We had nobody from the city or the county, but we had another agency bringing in an inmate recently that was running a high-grade fever and had all of the symptoms. They were able to be taken back home and kind of put on house arrest. So I just think we need to be aware of those situations and be careful when we're out in the field dealing with folks. We're going to try to get some thermometers so we can check these guys when we're coming in contact with them, just to, taking those precautions. Another thing, I spoke to Judge Weaver this morning at the courthouse. I think we're going to start taking temperatures of not only those entering the courthouse as citizens, but also checking the temperature of some of the employees coming in. Again, just trying to take those precautions. And I'll be reaching out to those elected officials and making sure that they'll be on board with that as well. Again, just trying to look out for the staff and the citizens as well. Just again, trying to make sure that any contact that we have, whether it's staff having contact with other staff or citizens coming in and meeting with staff, that we're all on the same page and taking those precautions. So we can kind of look for that coming up this week. Again, our supplies, we're good with our protective supplies. Everything seems to be running pretty good at this time. So.
Hey, Donnie, I've got a question about the thermometers.
Yes, sir.
Brandon has been looking for 2 of the infrared thermometers for City Hall. I've been looking for him, and we've not been able to find any. Is there any way you could get 2 extra? Would the city buy them from you?
Jack Dunn over at Jasper Drugs has got a supply. I know we can give him a call. We've got something coming. If you'll reach out to him, and I'm sure he can get you a few of those as well.
Okay, I'll call Jack. Thank you.
Any other concerns or questions at this time?
One quick question concerning the website. I'm assuming that everybody that's on this call knows that website, knows where to go to, but it's really nice to have that type of a resource for the community. Are you limited on the information that you can put on there? As an example, we've had some people that were looking for gowns. I mean, not just as you in another call that we had. And is it possible to put suppliers on that website?
I know at our last Thursday, one of the things that we were able to discuss was actual suppliers, and we found through sharing with some of those advisory members, different areas where I was actually very surprised. One of our members told us that they had just purchased 24,000 of the N95 masks, and we didn't know that we had a place right here in Ball Ground that we could purchase that type of supply. So I think this Thursday we're actually going to talk about and building those resources, not only for we as public safety, but also hopefully if those suppliers are willing to supply to the public, and if so, then we can get their information out on the website as well. We're also talking to some of the local retailers here in Jasper that would be willing to stockpile or have some of those supplies and make those available to the public at a reasonable cost. So that some of these businesses that are trying to open, that are required to have those masks, the hand sanitizer, gloves, gowns, things like that. So those businesses can now find those items at a reasonable cost, and so you've got businesses again that are taking care of businesses and not trying to jack up that price. So we would like to try to make those supplies available on that website, or at least know where to find them on that website.
That answers that. Thank you, sir.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that out this week by Friday.
Yeah. I think one of the big parts on that is making sure that we're sharing, that we're not trying to promote somebody outside the area, that somebody locally actually has the same product. So we're trying to make sure we get the list of all the available resources that are available here now, so that we're not then advertising and how to reach out. I mean, it's easier to give out the supplier for the chemical, the disinfectant that's used to treat and kill the information, but it comes from an outside vendor. And if there's somebody that's a local area that has it, we want to make sure that we're including that. So just getting that information sent in from everybody to make sure we got them all listed. And that's why we've kind of been slow to add that page. I've reached out to a few, and we've gotten a few different things, but we're trying to add it as we know that we've got the right information.
Thank you.
No other questions. We'll go to Angela Reinhardt. Have you got any questions or comments?
Hey, Sheriff, thank you for having me. I don't have any questions at this time, but again, thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. And Mary over at KnowPickens.
Sorry, I'm having problems. There you go. Sorry. No, I'm good. Once I find the microphone.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for joining us. And anybody else have anything? Any concerns at the jail that we need to mention? Okay. All right. If y'all don't have anything else, that'll conclude our meeting. And I appreciate y'all joining us and willing to come together at least once a week just to kind of discuss some concerns and issues, and just bring everybody together. So, Commissioner and Mayor, thank y'all again.
Thank you. Y'all have a great week.
All right, y'all too.
See you guys next week.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.